changed spark plugs, started it back up, and I had a real bad miss. So I was trying to figure out what's going on there, right? So here we go. This nut was backed way off. So I'm pulling the other side. The others are pretty close. They might be a little loose. Let's see what this side has to say. Back like damn near off. First glance, everything over here looks okay. Could probably use a little bit of tightening, but this side looks good. So slap that back on. Oh. Hopefully. So just a quick turnover of the motor, and I found we bent another push rod. So what happened? The motor rattled this rocker arm loose. This is the exhaust, so the exhaust stayed closed. The intake opened, fired with the exhaust closed. All that compression bent this push rod. So first things first, we got to try to get this thing out, which is not great. So we got to figure that out. Yeah, we'll figure out getting that off. Hopefully I don't have to take this thing home all the way apart. I'd like to look down in there and see if that lifter's still okay. Well, let's get that out. Get the lifter checked out, and then maybe put it back together. I have more push rods, so we'll figure that out. So, I don't know if you can see that, but that right there is push rod. Let's see here. You can see how it's bent. Right, guys, this is not the way to do this, right? But it worked. I was not taking the intake off to get one push rod out. So, hooked a pair of vice grips, okay? And then I wiggled it back and forth until it broke in half. And I got me my handy dandy magnet with a set of grabbers on it. And I reached down in there and I snatched her up and pulled it out. But, it's out. I got another box of push rods over there. I'm gonna grab another one, throw it in there, slap her back together. She should be good to go. Got lucky. What we're doing here, if you can watch these valves move, we're adjusting lash. So right now we're adjusting this cylinder, which is cylinder 1. So we've already adjusted the intake, and now we're adjusting the exhaust. So the intake needs to go all the way down and start coming back up. You'll see it here in a second. And what that makes is it makes it so we know that the exhaust valve is all the way closed. Now we adjust the exhaust valve. I am not a specialist, okay? So take it for what it's worth. I put this motor back together with my lovely wife, and we made 495 horsepower out of it. I'm getting fairly confident, but like I said, I'm not a master tech or none of that craziness, so take it for what it's worth. But best setup I found so far is a offset wrench, and then these are Harbor Freight. Icon tools are awesome. But if you're going to be adjusting rocker arms, get you one of these big long Icon bits. They're kind of nice. That way you don't have to bust your muscles in there. On it real easy. So you're going to loosen the adjuster, and we're just going to tighten down this the adjuster length, like the length adjuster, until it gets tight. And then we're going to back it off a little. Okay, leave that. Calm down. So this is a family affair. We got the oldest and the goat. We got Mama's holding the middle one and filming, and then the baby's over. So for my setup with my camshaft, I'm 16 intake, 18 exhaust. That's 0.018. I don't know if you can even see that. Anyway, we got the rules. We got the rules to live by written down here. As the exhaust valve starts going down, adjust intake. And when the intake valve starts going up, adjust exhaust. Kiss it, keep it simple, stupid. And then the actual exhaust and intake, because these get closed and then, you're trying to remember it. So,
Mommy, you pick up push me.
Harley, chill out.
In a little bit, maybe.
So you're gonna get this between the tip of the lifter, or sorry, the tip of the valve and the rocker. So we're a little tight. Okay, you want it to be pretty tight. So I found you gotta take the tool off. Make sure you're not getting like a false. So that's probably a little too tight. So let's loosen that just a touch, and that's just a little bit. I mean, you want to have to kind of push it in there, to be honest. I was running it with them a little looser, and we were getting a lot of valve noise and stuff.
I got you these.
So you got to find that angle too, to where it goes in flush. It'll make a big difference. You kind of want to ride the top of the valve. That's pretty good. And we're going to give it just a little bit more. Okay, like that. So then to tighten, you're going to hold the adjuster and you're going to tighten the set nut. This is where these T-handles come in handy because you can hold that adjuster really easy. And then just give it a little test. Try it one more time. Yeah. So that one's set. Could be a little bit, tighten it up just a little bit.
Out.
If you care about your motor, this is going to take some time. Okay, and you want it fairly tight, but so that you can still get it in there. Okay, that's why I like it. All right, we'll get these adjusted and we'll get back to you when we get her fired up. Pointed out that I'm a dummy. This is the even number side because cylinder one's over there. So 2468. We're on 6 already. We'll get this done here in a minute. Just thought I'd correct myself before you guys give me shit. It's all back together. Everything is lashed. This side needed just a little bit of tightening on, but nothing was super bad. Everything's tight. Everything's torqued back down. I'm gonna get the valve covers on, spark plugs back on. And then we need to figure out what's going on with this carburetor real quick. And then I'm gonna start wiring in I'm actually super, super excited about this part. So we've been leaving just off the brake since I rebuilt this thing. Been giving it no power coming off the line. Because when I hit the gas, it wants to accelerate so fast that it just blows the tire or it pushes. Well, here we go. Two-step, baby. I am so excited to hear what this thing sounds like. Stop, banging and popping on a two-step. So we'll get that wired up today. Girls, don't play with the jumper cables. It's a good way to get zappy zapped. And yeah, I'll let you know when I get her running here. We'll get back to the video. It's here before we get this thing going. So I got some wild stuff going on, okay, that I just found. And I'm not sure if I've done it or if it was done before. It is what it is. But I don't know if you can see that bell housing completely cracked. But that's fine. There's some bolt holding it in. Getting past that, this has been blowing fuel out of the vent tube, so which means this float is sticking down. I've pulled out the float adjuster and it's free, so we're gonna take the bowl off, which all it entails is busting this line off and then these 4 bolts. Pull the bowl and spray it with some WD-40 or something to see if we can get that thing to free up. So, upon further investigation,
Hey, get.
I'm looking at this bell housing. All right, it's been broken, so let's get some light on this situation.
Please get out from under the car.
Oh, where was I seeing it good from?
Come on.
Right there, you can see it. Bell housing's broke there. Focus, okay. Well, they've got nuts holding these two together. Let's see if you can see from here. And no, it's best view. So come here right here. Okay, so I'm going to put a washer on that one, tighten it up really good, and then put a nut on that one. Plans to put a better transmission in this car fairly soon, probably this winter, next spring sometime. By better, I mean, honestly, this is 904. This is a pretty good transmission. It's got some work done to it. It's been holding up really good, but the bell housing is not holding. Too much power, too much beating on, probably. Just you wouldn't really hit that transmission without really wrecking the exhaust, and there's no big hits on the exhaust, so I'm thinking it's just too much power. Mo power, baby. So when I put nitrous on this, it'll probably just shoot that transmission out the bag. But, sorry, Uncle Wayne, but we are going to go Power Glide. It's so much cheaper, okay? And I'm balling on a budget here. Not a bad budget. I'm not gonna lie. It ain't a terrible budget. We work hard. My wife supports the heck out of my racing. Addiction, habit,
Get out from underneath
hobby,
the car.
whatever it is. So, you know, we gotta get this one right, get it through the season. This thing's running better than it's ever ran. I guarantee it's never
Only
run
got
this
3
hard.
more weekends left.
3 more weekends of just plumb getting beat on. I gave up a weekend of racing this weekend for something cool for my wife. But that's all right. So let's get this thing back together. I want to get that 2-step on it. This thing sounds so sweet.
Get
All
over
right.
here.
I'll get at you. So we got some more washers in there. It's holding it together much better. Got a nut on the bottom one. That's much better. We'll let her buck for another season or 2. Sorry, Pickle. Time to bring her down and fire it up, make sure it runs, and then we'll work on getting the 2-step in. God dang, I'm getting dirty. All right, after a good valve's adjusted, start this thing. Hopefully it fires up. Hopefully it fires up and we have no crazy noises. I'm gonna think about this for a minute. I'm going to eat some lunch. And we gotta go get the carburetor for this, which we still haven't come up with a good name for this. Sketchy 10 or something. I don't know. I'm gonna ask Harley what she thinks. She's naming the duck, so she might come up with something cool for the S10. Alright, I'll holler at you when I get back. Hopefully it's today. I had Biggs, the guys over at Biggs, build me up a budget carburetor for the S10. Found that the butterflies were bent, and that's why we're not idling, which makes sense. So we're gonna get this girl thrown on here real quick, see if she idles. I have completely kerfuddled the timing on this, so we're gonna figure that out too, but one thing at a time. Don't tape off. Hey guys, the carburetor's on, and let's see if it starts. Oh yeah, hold on, the fuel linkage is not hooked up. Let me get a little, start it. Well, it runs. It sounds really good too. All right, shut her down.